Hello and welcome to the Hastrophe podcast with our new, yet untested format where we're going to be doing more relevant imagery, like a picture of a dog on a phone. I'm James and with me is your usual collection of people, Alex and Michael.
We're the classic riff-raff. We just wander in here and stuff happens.
Yes. We take riffraff here, not the peasantry.
We get shit done.
Totally. Right then, so as discussion, I believe Alex you were saying you wanted something relevant to speak of.
The first thing was about the cardboard boxes where when you order stuff online it comes in a box and then people do unboxings for them. But then when you order a box, if you were to order a cardboard box online, it's going to have to come in a box because everything has to be sealed up, because you don't want like a sticker on it saying this has got to go to whatever address. You want your box to be clean, so the cardboard box has to be in a cardboard box.
Have you actually tried checking Amazon or eBay to see if anyone's actually just selling a cardboard box?
No, but I see.
There was that thing on eBay a bit ago where someone was selling their imaginary friend, which I found
more than once.
Yes, but I still find it odd.
Who buys imaginary friends when you can just adopt them?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a whole house for that.
Totally. There's also an app for that as well.
There is.
Yes. Referencing Apple marketing lines since whenever that marketing line was created. Which it wasn't that long ago.
Also, they stole one of their adverts from a long time ago from George Orwell's 1984.
They did what?
George Orwell.
George Orwell, the writer.
Writer
of that incredibly famous book, 1984.
Alright, I feel if we were to make an advert, we must steal our advertising slogans from George Formby.
Why?
Because there is lean, mean, fat-reducing grilling machine.
Are we making a lean, mean, fat-reducing grilling machine? Because if we're not, chances are it's not going to be a fitting, fit-for-purpose advert.
We'll make some.
Actually, that brings me to another point. A fit-for-purpose advert. Do you remember in school when I did the toothpaste one and that was like, everyone was like, oh that's god-awful, despite the fact it was fit for purpose, and when I annotated it I covered everything I did in that, and everyone was like, oh this is terrible, and it's like instant fail, even though it hit every bit of criteria there. In fact it was far more creative than anything anyone else produced, because I took it on a completely different level of advertising.
Well, yeah, because some people in our media class just took every opportunity to take pictures and an opportunity to put some skimpy clothes on and made some kind of stupid Barbie advert. Well, not literally, obviously, but you know what I mean.
I still feel a certain dance video was like the best thing ever.
I think I never saw the result of that, but...
Clearly.
I don't think it was released as a dance video, I think they changed it. But I think our dance video was better where Stoxer did the dance and we did the background dancing.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
It was like the greatest insult ever, like, your dance is bad, but ours is even worse, and we're proud of this.
And we also messed up someone's movies, that was fun. Well, actually, that's debatable. It's probably going to be pretty awful anyway.
Well, there was a lot of things wrong with that, and it's just that I think we found it more funny because of the flaws than we were actually causing the problems.
Also got to be up Stoxer, which is always nice.
Anyway, can I bring us on to a more relevant section of the latest news? Mainly technology. iPad 3.
Mainly, yeah.
Yes, the iPad 3, Apple's, yearly...
Didn't they release the iPad 2 last year?
No, it was
iPad.
No, it was the iPhone 4S. They have a system where every year they will release a new variant of a handheld device. Sort of like Activision's methods with Call of Duty, how they get they get one studio to have 2 years at building a game and they alternate between releases. I feel this is how Apple's new business model is going, where they alternate between the iPad and the iPhone.
This is one of the things that really annoys me about Apple, because they were a fantastic company in the 70s and 80s, and they were doing everything right, and all of a sudden they just went in a completely wrong direction to anything that everyone was doing, and it's become now to the point where iPad, you've just spent a shitload of money on it. Guess what you're doing next year? You're buying the next iPad, which has a slightly better display. And when I was reading reviews for it, they were talking as if they actually did that they went out, bought an iPad, and were happy to go and spend so much money just to get a better screen.
Now, people spend their livelihoods waiting outside an Apple store for the next latest thing. They're all like, Apple, here's my money, give me some, like...
Yeah, but Apple are doing that because it works.
Yeah.
That's why they went in that direction rather than the one they used to have.
Mike, we might have read about it. I read a few days ago about that clock that had been built. I think it was supposed to...
The one that's meant to last for a millennium?
Yeah. And
no, it's meant to last for 10,000 years, I think.
It's something ridiculous, and the person who built it just because they wanted to show people to think long term. Apple aren't doing that. If they could release a different iPad every day, they would happily do so.
Why don't you know bother trying to keep up with it if that was at the time? Oh yeah, actually that clock has a it's a cuckoo clock, and the cuckoo thing comes out every millennium.
Yeah. I'm looking at the Guardian's tech page right now, and just about the majority of the articles on this page are related to the iPad. New Retina display, just revolutionary, like, software on it, and Apple are making their own processor, which is also revolutionary. I'm assuming the sales line for the iPad 3 will be revolutionising tablet PCs.
Well, read a thing on it, and it was like, whoa, new graphics, new processor has better graphics, this thing's gonna be like the best game console ever, despite the fact that I think most people don't give a shit about graphics. The thing is, it has no control system, apart from the touchscreen, and you can't use a touchscreen for major gaming, so it kind of destroys itself. You can make that look as good as you want, but no one wants to play games on that.
Are Apple going to be selling their processors separate, and are they going to put them in the computers?
They just put them in their computers. You can't really buy an Apple processor, and why would you?
Well, kind of limiting the market there.
It's Apple.
Well, I'm sure if people who know enough to make their own computers are going to know enough to get something better than an Apple processor.
Even if they did sell the processor, what are you supposed to do? You can't replace it in any of their computers or products, and no other product wants to use their stuff, because their stuff is shit.
True. They make money out of making computers that look nice, which is...
Perhaps you could keep the processor on your desk, like I keep a Pentium 4.
I
don't know, I've had that. That was used in our movie project.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Still got it.
I wish I'd brought my Pentium 2 in, with the heatsink still attached to it. The latest technology in the world is this block. It's like Lego.
It works like Lego, but people think it's stickle brick.
Stickle brick brown. It is the future. Anyway, well, I think we've vented our anger on that subject.
Actually, I've just
I've
had a look, the iPad is one every year.
Ah, right. Then how do they do the iPhone?
I think that's one every year.
Well, that's limiting the profit margins. If they spread it over the course of 2 years per product, they could be making a profit every year because of the alternating product list, rather than wasting both products, reducing development time. You're just saturating the market with your useless, good-looking tablet coffee tray thing.
Which I keep feeling the need to bring back. People will still buy.
Exactly. Like Call of Duty is the same thing. It's not particularly good, but yet people always seem to buy it. It's the same thing with this. I bet both categories complain at each other. One group of people are like, oh, silly people buying an iPad every year. But the other group like silly Call of Duty players buying Call of Duty every year. They're both wrong. You're not supposed to do anything like this.
Okay, so we're finished with the iPad 3 then.
We never started with
Okay,
it.
yeah. I feel that we should delve into films. Because I think we all know which films we are looking forward to this year.
Avengers Assemble.
And also,
And that's pretty much
Dark
it.
Knight Rises.
Yeah, but I haven't even watched The Dark
How
Knight.
have you not
so-
watched The Dark Knight?
How have you
I
not
haven't-
eaten a pear? Why you no eat pears?
I live under a rock, okay?
It is awesome.
Well, what if it makes you feel any better? I'm gonna have a Lord of the Rings extended thingy marathon at Omar's house probably like next week or something.
That does not make me
No,
feel
that has
better.
nothing to do with The Dark Knight. If you watch The Dark Knight, maybe that would make me feel better, but clearly not.
I'm watching movies, so
Oh
leave
yes,
me
because
alone.
that's a vague topic much.
Yeah, well, there's a lot of movies.
Don't worry, world. Michael is watching movies.
Save as long as I'm watching
Blockbuster is
movies.
saved.
One man saved an entire company.
Yep. Well, it's better than what... Well, it's what Game is hoping for right now. They
What
I still
one
think-
person to save them?
investing... Well, buy shares in Game. Yes.
I still think we need to buy it.
If we bought Game... Well, between us, how far does our financial and business knowledge extend to save a failing company?
They'd still cost millions to buy regardless. I'm afraid I can't quite come up with that amount of money.
Nope. Alex, go into your, like, super large, deep blazer pocket and see if you can find any spare change in the bottom of it.
Forgot about the police.
Sell it as warehouse space and we'll have enough money to buy game.
Well, it doesn't really work like that. It expands on demand. So it's not like, oh, I'm just going to fit a factory in there and, you know, put some more roads in or something. It's like put a bit of paper in and it extends to the space for more paper. And you just keep putting paper in until it's like the chunk of a brick that isn't.
Right.
That sucks.
Yeah.
So do you.
I feel we segued a bit too far from films, though.
I think we segued a bit too far from cardboard boxes.
Admittedly, yeah.
Have you checked Amazon yet?
Why would... Oh, yes, the boxes on Amazon.
Metal boxes.
Why would you buy them? Well, if this...
James, oh, it's Dawn of War
Okay,
reference, okay.
if Amazon sell coat hangers, I'm pretty sure they'll sell the cardboard boxes. And I can't
Yeah.
spell card. Jesus. What is...
Get it for your child for present.
Yes, they do sell...
Because they love cardboard
Wait.
boxes.
5-star card index box capacity, 250 cards. That's not what I want.
I'm assuming if you get a cardboard box, it's going to be flat. You'll probably have to buy them in multiple and then assemble them
Hang on,
yourself.
can I just point out the most irrelevant search result on cardboard boxes? This was the 8th item on the list. Xbox Live Gold 12-month membership card.
Do I need this?
Yeah, I
Cardboard
searched
box.
cardboard box, and that was the 8th result.
Do I need to get a membership to assemble the box?
Probably not, but Amazon seem to think you do need this membership. If you order in the next
Put it
22
in the
hours,
cart.
you can choose express delivery. And get it by Saturday.
By Saturday, you say?
I don't think... Amazon don't sell cardboard boxes. There's
Oh
a...
dear. What
Oh
a good
dear, oh
The
dear.
3.5-inch card reader bay for the front of your computer.
Huh. They still sell floppy disk trays.
I'll look into that as well. That could be big. Well, it was like £2 last time I checked for computer. It'll be in, well, I think it's in components, is it? To have a floppy disk drive. Yeah, I've just realised this is going to be really ruining my recommended items list.
Oh well, it's not the first time it's happened.
I don't think they have floppy disk drive. Oh wait, floppy disk drive. Oh no, that's a
Not
small
followed
link.
them, actually.
Floppy disks are a dead format. We need electric tape.
Yeah, you have to go straight to
Obviously.
IBM to get that.
Yeah, well, it's magnetic magnetic wheel
Oh wait,
thing.
we've got one floppy... 30 quid for a floppy disk drive? What are you talking about? I would not buy...
I got my DVD drive for less
Same.
than that.
That is terrible. I feel you are ripping me off more.
Amazon, I am disappointed. Is it being sold by an actual company, or is it just being sold by
I'm
some
not
dude?
sure. I think go on eBay. That would be best. Alright, now they've got a larger list. £10.95. These are external flop. Why would you buy an external floppy drive?
Because you don't want to take up precious computer space if you need to use a floppy
Yeah,
disk.
but there's usually a specific piece that you can remove in the front of your computer that it can only fit a floppy drive. So
I'm pretty sure mine doesn't have that, so you know.
It does, Michael. I built the thing, I know.
what a great job you did with it,
Fair
Alex.
enough.
You should be proud.
Except the fans.
That's your
probably
own fault
loose
for
or
feeding
something,
it
so it makes it sound
Pringles.
fantastic. It was making the sound before I fed it Pringles.
Well, I didn't assemble the fans. The fans came in the case.
I guess it's not really our fault. I can't blame it.
The
But damn
fans
it, I
need for
want to.
sustenance.
Yes, I was feeding them.
Has anyone been keeping an eye on the mayoral election? Well, no, I mean the presidential candidacy race lately.
Nope, because I'm pretty sure Obama's going to win again.
Well, with the way the current Republicans are running, they're all just trying to kill each other.
Yeah. Look like a
The
bit of a
latest
mess,
one.
is. I don't know, maybe Americans will think
Yeah,
differently.
well... Actually, that's the thing. What if you are a Democrat when... Because it's only the Republican Party that's doing this, like, vote for leadership thing. The Democrats are just happy with Obama.
I thought they had to do it every year. I mean, every presidential election, which is why I had that voting thing with Hillary
Yeah,
Clinton,
but
didn't
I
it?
think they're not bothering this year.
Yeah, whatever then.
So basically, he's sitting behind his desk, laughing because the Republicans will destroy themselves, and then he can take over Castle Grayskull and become master of the universe.
Wait, Obama's planning to
Yes.
become master
Yes,
of the
he is.
universe. But I was going to be master
Are
of
you
the
president of the
universe.
Oh, you're not
Yeah.
the president of
Are you the
America.
president of America, Alex? Well then,
No,
you have been told.
I've been told nothing. Is it too late to run
You need to be an
president?
American citizen.
For about 25 years.
So, is it too late?
No, you'll still be alive in 25 years probably, so if you move there now, you'll eventually be able to become president.
Okay then.
Or you can start researching a
I'm a bit busy
loophole
right
and
now,
possibly find it in less time.
So that's just... Whenever people bring up loophole, it brings like a flashback to an English lesson a few years ago when somebody told me, I'm sure you can guess who, but we don't need to name them, they told me that their cousin knew a loophole in court that'll get you out of a murder charge.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, there's technically plenty of loopholes you can use to get yourself out of the court, but I don't think any of them are permanent. Like, I mean, if the court accidentally did a piece of paperwork wrong, your lawyer could go, oh no, you see, you haven't done this piece of paperwork right, so we can't have the trial. The court will be like, okay, then we'll reschedule it. They'll be like, well, okay, then I guess we'll have to let you off that murder charge because we've just done something wrong and we can never have this court case ever again.
He insisted that it was like permanent, where he could say, oh, but this, and then everyone would be like, oh, well, this person's not guilty of murder then, you go about being bad and whatnot. Which I think, even if you did know that, and like you were a barrister and you were in court, and would you actually want to do that, even if you knew these people were guilty? I'd still kind of feel like, no, even though I can easily get you out of this, you don't deserve it.
I'm not sure what it's like in America, but you are allowed as a barrister defending someone, you are allowed to just be like, yeah, I've got this piece of evidence here that suggests that my client's guilty, and you can just say that, and it won't be against the rules of the court because, you know, you're right. Well, you're probably right anyway,
I'm always right.
Yeah,
of course.
of course, you're never wrong.
Nope.
Does anyone else want to start a springboard topic?
Did it just
Yes.
mean segue? Well done, James, I'd give you a
Oh,
slow
yeah.
clap. I'm not going to.
Well, I want my slow clap now.
You can give yourself
Yes.
a slow clap.
I feel accomplished. I think we need a good story to finish on.
Actually, I just remember in that G.I. Joe episode where they build Serpentor out of finding DNA from the people in history, why don't we build one of those devices and build a fourth member of our group from famous people in history?
Because that would not work, Alex.
Michael, it worked in G.I. Joe, so it'll work in real life. G.I. Joe was built on pure fact. Like Cobra were working with the Russians, and G.I. Joe were the good guys, and things happened.
Stuff got done, people got shot at, not many of them were killed.
I think people do die occasionally in G.I. Joe, though, because, I mean, you can tell that some of the Cobra people occasionally get caught in explosions, and you're just like,
Yes,
well, they obviously didn't survive that. It's just not expected. Unlike the A-Team, where no one ever dies.
Yeah, but that's the A-Team.
The A-Team don't intend to kill, they just do their job.
Which is why they're running around shooting bullets at people, and having bullets shot at them in return.
Yeah, but the bad guys don't want to kill them either, because they know that they're the A-Team.
I might need to hire them one day so I won't kill them.
Precisely.
Yeah, I feel we need to end on a funny, pointless story or news event, so anything worth notifying.
A man...
Tony 2012!
What?
I
Tony
do
2012.
not know what this is.
Have you not been on
No.
Facebook? Everyone's talking about it. Hey, look, these people in Uganda have been evil for years, but let's notice them specifically now and give all our money to a charity which is highly suspect and also supports the Ugandan army, which isn't better than the army they're fighting, and also commit just as many atrocities.
I have a better story. I was on the internet this morning and I was like, oh, let's look at some of the news stories. And I read one where it was something like, 15-stone man gets mugged by fox. I was like, what?
Is this Dora the Explorer?
What is this? And...
Swiper, no swiping! Oh, too late.
Anyway, I was like, this is an absurd article. So I went and decided to look at it. And it basically redirected me to another website that had the story. But this story was using another website as a source. And basically it was just like a trail. And I thought, why has someone put this much effort into like getting this story? It's just not even news, is it? It's just awful.
Did he actually get mugged by a fox then?
The fox followed him from Tesco and he had to give the fox some garlic bread. That's the story.
Wait. What shop
so
sells
magnificent.
already cooked
The man was
garlic
like-
bread?
I
So
don't think it was
part
already
baked.
cooked.
I don't think foxes are very fussy about that kind of thing.
The thing is, the story was like, 15-stone man, oh, I would have thought a fox would have been afraid. It's a fucking fox, it doesn't give a shit. If it's hungry, it's hungry. It'll eat a person for all it cares. There's things that live in the wild and kill stuff and people hunt because they don't like them.
My sister protects them because she's cool.
Yeah, I bet she does. Cool story, bro.
What? She stops the dogs from getting them.
Yes, meanwhile,
Yeah.
me and Alex are sitting here in our hunting jackets with our bloodhounds and horses.
Bitch, please, I would have joined her, but apparently boys get treated more harshly by the hunters than
Right.
girls, which is I shouldn't.
Well, come on, Alex, let's go back to the house where we shall drink our brandy and discuss what we could do.
That's a misconception. Hunting isn't upper class.
If done
Don't
properly.
be stupid.
So would it be better if I just said, hey, I'm gonna go hunting, I'm gonna take my iPod and latest
Yes,
Call
you
of
will.
Duty
Use
with
Call
me?
of Duty for training and use your iPod to throw at the fox because you realise, and your copy of Call of Duty for that matter, because you realise your money could have been better spent.
On the next Call of Duty or
That's how
iPod.
the marketing team at both those companies would want it, yes.
But it's just weird that, why doesn't anyone think, wait a second, I'm seeing a pattern here, I'll not buy this year's version of it, because next year's will
Next
probably
year's
be
will be completely
better.
different because they're made by an alternating publisher and development team.
Yeah, because they're going to be completely
Well,
different
apparently to
games.
some expert opinions, Black Ops is completely different to Modern Warfare. Yeah,
Obviously.
I don't see the relevance. They're both built on the same engine. They're basically copying and pasting each other's code.
I've got their codes.
But some people also say that Modern Warfare
Those
3 is
people are
good, so
deluded.
there you go.
And need to be sectioned.
I don't want
Yes.
to live on this planet anymore.
Jetpack guy away. Nothing to see here, people.
Windows 8. Have you tried it out yet?
I haven't used it yet.
It looks pretty cool. Like, they haven't. It doesn't look like they've changed its functionality or language, which is good because Windows 7 is good. But they've added some like neat new stuff.
That was a worthwhile segue that went off a cliff.
Good reference.
I'm pretty sure I've already joked about the guy driving the Segway off a cliff there.
Making
So,
reference to again because that thing never gets old.
well, that's not very nice. What do you think
I
is
have
breathing?
no idea.
Did it have a widow
I
actually?
owned the Segway.
Couldn't it just jumped off? I mean,
I'm
it's
not
not
sure
going
how
very
much a
fast.
Segway
Sure.
costs, but yeah.
It doesn't cost enough for you to prefer to ride it to your death rather than just jumping off. No, I bought this Segway. I'm going to get full use out of it, even if it
And
means
away
dying.
I go. Anyway, that's a nice segue to finish on. By riding on a Segway.
Okay.
That's it till
goodbye.
next week.